It was not intentional. And I ask that you look for them. You look for them. So when we use this as an example, that prostate cancer had disparity among Black men in America, a scoping review. I ask that we look out for what is population, what is concept, and what is context, which was missing the other time. So that is where we start from today. That if you check the example given, where is the population? Where is the concept? Where is the context? So the concept is what the review is about. The context is where the concept is being studied. And then the population is the elements or the individuals involved. Okay. So now let's look at this one and see if we can identify them. If we can identify these three components before we go out and look for our own example and place them together. So look through it for maybe a minute and let us start. Okay. Any contribution, you just put up your hand, I'll call, and then you contribute. In doing scoping review, you need a title. The only key element there is that whenever you write your title, you need to include a scoping review. However, or notwithstanding you including the scoping review, you will need to have these three elements or components there. And that is the population, the concept, and the context. So I am saying that using this as an example, prostate cancer health disparity among Black men in America, a scoping review. Can you see the population? Can you see the concept? Can you see the context? It's what I'm looking for now. Then I move on from there. Okay, Regina.
Hello, good evening, Doc.
Good evening. Welcome.
All right, today you can hear me. Thank you very much.
That's
So
better.
with the topic stated here, the concept is about the prostate cancer. Then the population is among men, and then the context is okay. I'm locked up here. But I
All
can
right.
identify these two, the population and then the concept.
That's a great beginning. Good. Keep it up. Let's see if somebody can add to it for us. The context, the concept, and the population. All right, there's a hand. So, Mercy Moore.
Yes, thank you, Doc.
All right.
Please, I think the concept is a prostate cancer health disparity.
Okay.
And then the population will be the Black men,
Okay.
where America becomes the context.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So you have also done well. And at least on 2 counts, you agree. Regina couldn't add a context to it, and you have added it. That's America. Well, there can be Black men in Africa. There can be Black men in Europe. So if you read any literature within these regions, it can be in Asia, and you study it, you are not meeting this title. You are not meeting this title. So in searching for the literature, we search within this context. All right. So if the two of you have done well, you need to know the concept you are dealing with: prostate cancer, health disparity. The population we are talking about, Black men. Which group of them are we studying? Those in America. So yesterday I told a group of students that normally in our part of the world, in Ghana, for example, we don't do much research, maybe in health, in my area, science education, maybe in mathematics with respect to ethnicity and tribe. But papers I have read from America shows that they do such research. People speaking English as a second language, they can do that. They can compare the Hispanics, the Indian, the Black men, right? They can do such studies to see people's contribution in it. So context is important. Today's research, if we put this one aside, in UCC now we have a sub-heading under research methods, we call it study area. That's why you tell us the context within which this research is being conducted. So in a scoping review, you need a context. If not, you go out of it. You go out of it, and then your findings cannot be related to all, because the other side you have looked at which were not important. So thanks, that's where we start from. But because the idea now is to write, is to be able to write, I have an activity here for you. I said we need to think through this. One, look for one scoping review title. You look for it. You analyze this title in terms of population concept and context. So if there are no issues now, I think now our number is increasing. We can go to look for answers to this before we come back and then we discuss. If there are no issues now. Now we are looking for a title. And in this title, are you able to see your population? Are you able to see your concept? Are you able to see your context? So let's go and come. It will be 10 minutes. I'll share the group and then read the group out. We are 15, 17. Let's have, say, 4. 4 groups will be better. So my 4 groups, my group 1, Isaac, Patience, Regina. Group 2, Bismarck, Harriet, and Judy. Okay, they are almost sisters. Harriet, Deborah, and then Judy, Deborah. Okay. And then my group 3, Mercy Moore and Pascal. Group 4, Emilia and then Patience. I have another Patience here. So Patience and Ponsa. So let's go and come. My time is 10 minutes. So let's go and come. The automatic move. Let's see, normally when you are joining, it becomes difficult. So we want to use the automatic one to see if people will not fall off. But if you fall off, come back, we'll add you. Isaac, your hand is up. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, please, a question again.
The question is what I have here. I say you should think through this. Look for one scoping review title. Okay. And then analyze this title in terms of population concept and context.
Okay. All right, please.
All right. So go and come. If it is okay. Forgive me, oh, my head of department is disturbing me here. Okay, welcome back. I think others are still coming. Yes. Now, our group members, those who came in, Dean, and then I think Howard, you did well. We sent you just now, but you were able to join, so that's all right. Okay. Their assignment was for us to look for a one-scoping review title, and if possible, analyze it, in terms of population concept and context. So we go to group 1, Isaac, Patience, and then Regina. The one presenting can put up the hand and then you talk. All right, Regina.
Okay, Doc, thank you very much. Good
You're
evening to
welcome.
everyone.
Good evening.
As a group 1, we met and then were able to come up with this title, Self-Management Needs, Strategies and Support for Sickle Cell Disease in Developing Countries, a scoping review.
Okay.
We realized that the population for this topic or title was people living with sickle cell disease.
Okay.
And then the concept was about self-management needs, strategies and support. And then the context was in developing countries.
Okay. If the support is much more than the sickle cell.
Yes, please.
So what support are we looking for here?
The support we are looking for is for people living with do they really get the needed support they need to? What strategies did they get?
No, I want you to appreciate how to get the concept.
Okay.
Now you're saying that people living with sickle cell, they are the population, agreed?
Yes, please.
Okay. The context is, I think, under development or
Developing countries.
countries. I agree. Now we are left with the concept.
Concept.
Yes. Where I seem to not in line with you because you mentioned support something.
No, self-management needs. The whole concept is about self-management needs, strategies, and support.
Okay, so let's say self-management needs, strategies, and support. You see that as the concept. Is that not the case?
Yes, please.
And I'm asking self-management needs for what?
For people living with sickle cell disease.
So why not self-management needs for sickle cell?
Okay.
I think that self-management needs can be of variety, but I'll still maintain it that the analysis you did was good. If we pick people living with sickle cell as the population, and then we go for self-management needs as the concept, and then those in the developing countries, I agree. But I felt that self-management needs cannot stand on its own. Cannot stand on its own, except something is added to it. But I agree with it. These are, like, if I am reviewing it for you, these are the questions I will ask myself.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So good job done.
Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome. Room 2, Mercy Moore. You are the only one who was left there until Dean joined you. So what do you have for us? Yes, Dean.
Thank you, Doc.
All right.
I have here the effect of the environment on participation of children with disabilities in eastern region of Ghana.
Okay.
No,
something crucial is missing in the title. Something crucial, like a black tonic, is missing in the title.
Really?
Yes. Something crucial is missing in the title. I want to scroll my thing for you to check. Check. It says something crucial is missing in the title. In a scoping review title, we need to include something in the title.
A scoping review.
Good. It's missing.
All right. Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome. All right. So now go on breakdown. By the way you said it, is it a title you wrote on your own or you searched for?
Doc, I searched for it.
Hey, and a Ghanaian writer.
But I couldn't get the context, so I added the context myself.
All right. Maybe the context was there. Maybe the context was there. Now read it and then do the analysis and let's see. Maybe the context was there.
Okay, Doc, this is what the exact thing I saw from Google Scholar.
Okay.
Effect of the environment on participation of children and youth with disabilities. Full stop. Colon. A scoping review.
The context is there.
Oh, okay.
It's there.
So I couldn't identify the.
So you go
context.
on.
Right.
It's there.
So I identified the population to be children and youth with disabilities.
Okay.
Right. And then the concept or the effect of the environment on participation.
Okay.
Right. So, Doc, you help me with the.
Yeah, I feel that the effects of the environment should be the context.
Oh, okay.
Because I think the actual concept they are talking about is disabilities.
Okay.
You read it once again. Read it once again.
Okay.
Then take the title once again.
Effect of the environment.
Oh, sorry, it's Mercy Moore.
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
Effect of the environment on participation of children and youth with disabilities. A scoping review.
Good. So either we have effects of environment on children with and youth with disabilities. So if we pick effects of environment on, say, humans, on, say, children, okay, can be a concept.
Okay.
We can pick disabilities as the context.
Okay.
You get it? So we are looking at effects of environment on children and youth. In what context are we studying this? We say those with disabilities, because there are other persons who may not have disabilities, but the environment has effects on them. Okay.
All
So
right,
it was there. So if you look at it the way I have read it, the context can be the disabilities.
Noted, Doc.
All right. Now group 3. How are you? Went there late. So let me see if Rukaya has something for us.
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
Please, I joined in late.
Okay. Okay.
I just realized I was in a group.
Okay. Okay.
So I will come back. When you
No
are
problem.
done, I'll come back. Thank
No
you.
problem. That's better. But today your network is good.
Yes, Doc. Very good.
We thank God.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, room 4. I know for sets that Imoro may not be, they not go to the group, and I understand. But Emilia and Janet, what do you have?
Good evening, Doc. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right.
Please, we found the title LGBT plus inclusion and human rights in Thailand, a scoping review of the literature.
Okay.
And with this one, we said the context is Thailand and the population is LGBT plus. And then the concept is inclusion and human rights.
It looks quite confusing to me. Take the title once again.
Okay. LGBT plus inclusion and human rights in Thailand. A scoping review of the literature.
Okay. Okay. So you are picking Thailand as the context. And then LGBTQ inclusion in human rights. A scoping review. All right. Maybe I will agree with you, but I thought maybe the thing is about human rights. The population will be LGBTQ plus, and then the context is Thailand. If that is what you said, that's okay.
Please, the population is LGBT plus, and then the context is Thailand, and then the concept is inclusion and human rights.
Inclusion and human rights. It's because the thing is not typed there. Normally to keep everything and comment on it. Okay, so the population is those who are in the LGBT plus. This is human rights we are talking about. And then where we are studying it is in Thailand. All right, that's better. Okay. We may not be getting everything spot on today, but I have provided some further examples so that when you go, you worry your head small and then you look at them. Some people have presented, they have audio files and others, YouTube videos. They say they have been doing this for some time. So I picked some of the topics they have studied. Barriers and facilitators to uptake of systematic review by policymakers and healthcare managers, a scoping review. So you analyze it to see your population, your concept and context. Utility of social media and crowdsourced data for pharmacovigilance. Scoping review. Evaluative report on medical malpractice policies in obstetrics. A rapid scoping review. Whatever the rapid means, I have no problem with it. But at least the key we are looking for is the scoping review. The use of flipped classrooms in higher education scoping review. So I decided to move out of the health domain. So if somebody is also not in health, we'll see that it's not something remaining to only the field of health, but it can be done across the divide. Okay. So the use of flipped classrooms in higher education scoping review. So when you go, you analyze them, and then if there's a challenge, another time we meet, you ask. But the last one, which seemed out and it seemed funny, I don't know if you will see everything there. I don't know if you will see everything there. So somebody can try. I don't know. The last one looks simple, but I don't know if you will see everything there. So where will be the context? Where will be the population? Where will be the concept? Yes. Yes, Mercy Moore.
Please, Doc.
Yes.
I think the context will be the higher education.
Beautiful.
The concept, flipped classrooms.
That's also beautiful.
Classrooms. Population, I'm unable to identify.
Yes. Yes. The population, we are unable to identify. Joyce, you said you have a point on it. Okay. Okay. Any other contribution? All right. My assistant was telling me where the population is. And at least I've heard her. I'll tell you. Any other contribution? Higher education as concept, as the context is good, flipped classroom can be used at almost all levels. So the person is interested in higher education, that's the university level. Flipped classrooms is the issue. It's becoming a strong methodology in teaching those who are interested in the technological aspects. People can study ahead because of this technology, and then it can make teaching interesting and easier. All right. The population may not be distinctly written here, but we can give them one. We can give them one as people in higher education. They can be students, they can be teachers. Okay, because the thing is about the use of classroom. So if it is the use of it, who are the persons involved in using it? Is either the lecturer, and who are the people also, when the lecturer uses it, they enjoy from it? Could be the student. So the faculty or the teacher and the student are likely to be the population here. It's silent on it, but we base our deduction on the use. So if there's use, there are two persons or two groups of individuals involved here, the teacher and the student. So far, so good. Any question? And then the others, when you go, you try them. So far, so good. Any question? Okay. I'm still on my 7 points. Naturally, in a good scientific work, as far as research is concerned, you can't write an abstract if you have not studied the entire thing. Because the abstract is the summary of whatever you have conducted a research in it. Good. But however, in presenting a scoping review work or in presenting any research report, from the title, you move on to the abstract. Apart from your title being catchy, being attractive, in a Ghanaian palace, being romantic, because in Ghana, he wants something is romantic, is attractive, being romantic. The abstract also needs to be that. It needs to be that. And that's why some works, nobody will read it. It doesn't matter the quality, because the abstract does not challenge the reader to go and read it. And that is the most visible part of every work. Apart from the title, you see the abstract. Even the journals will sell. You need to buy the article before you read. They will always give you opportunity to read the abstract in addition to the title. It depends some element of craftiness. Now, you should be able to write it in such a way that whoever reads it is happy and is challenged to go and read further. Okay, it's challenged to go and read further. So, notwithstanding this being scoping review, then any research work you write is abstract. In a normal thesis or dissertation or project work, it covers a page. And that shouldn't be exceeding 250 words. It covers a page. We use double spacing, so 250 words should cover a page. So as in articles, from say 100 to 250, some demands that. And I've seen where they say the abstract is 100 words. If you go even 100 plus 1, their system will reject it entirely. You say that you have exceeded the number. Okay, so its writing demands a lot from the author of the paper, from the one who conducted the research and is putting things together. It demands a lot. And so in a scoping review, the abstract is also important. Every abstract written should have a background. You don't need to write a full, but it can be a statement. Okay, it can be a statement. It is a common practice that in Ghana, a pregnant woman who has just delivered lies on a bare floor. Simple, that is the background. Someone can be saying that many research have been conducted in an area of healthcare provided for a day-old baby, a neonate. I hope that is the right term, a day-old baby. So if this serves as the background, you don't need to write too much, because the more you write, the more or the chances of exceeding the maximum of 250. the chances of exceeding or exceeding a page. And then you highlight the objectives. Remember, normally in such cases, we'll go for the overarching objective or the overarching aim, the main objective that you are writing. So a good writer will not have more than one, because you be the main object that reflects the title, the main one that reflects it. Because if you write more, you are not doing the right thing. But in those who are in the field of medicine, they even introduce headings in them. That's their star, and that's better. Maybe we, those who are in the social sciences, may not write it in that form. But some do, others do not give subheadings in them. Okay. So I want to dwell now on these ones here. Eligibility criteria. The other time I asked you to look for source of evidence, charting methods, and result. So these three, I want you to think through them first. What is eligibility criteria? Look for it and let's discuss. I'm taking those that are easier to discuss. I'm leaving the rest for you to check. What is eligibility criteria? Look for it. At least 2 minutes, I'll ask for answers. Patients with small, patients and concern with small. So that we can have the 2 minutes. Okay. So we'll start with patients.
Okay, Doc.
Yes.
My understanding is that for every research, the researcher is looking out for a group of people. So maybe based on gender, age, geographical location. If you don't meet that particular, or if you don't fall within that particular range, you will not be included in the research.
Okay. Okay.
You must meet the requirement before you can be included in the research.
All right. That's what we are looking for. What makes you eligible to participate or not to participate should be given. So if you check those who have read, you could see that the one even on the disabilities. So you can be a young person, you can be an adult, but we do not need you in this study because you are not a disabled person. Okay. Any other point? Any other point? So normally people prefer bringing it up because it is a feature that also helps us to distinguish between a systematic review and a scoping. Okay, it's a feature that helps us to distinguish between the two. Maybe in a systematic review, you may not say you are excluding some things from it. You may be looking for them all, but in a scoping review, you need to only let people who are, or persons who are, those who fall within a certain criteria should be there. The abstract should give that. Okay. My next one is source of evidence. Source of evidence. So that one too, let me give 2 minutes. Source of evidence. Okay. Any contribution? Any contribution?
Hello, Doc.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that with a source of evidence, the books you are going to use, the journals, and you have to add it to your work.
I want to agree with you on that. I normally write it, evidence, provide evidence, source of evidence. Okay, source. All right. My last one is the charting methods. So another 2 minutes. You can always check them. Check them. Okay. Any contribution? Yes, Isaac.
Doc, please, with the charting methods, it's based on the data extraction sheet you would want to use, how you want to get the particular articles. They're
Okay.
based on certain criteria.
Okay. How the data extraction was done. Okay, Pam. How the data extraction was done. The results are normal. They should reflect the objectives. And then if you had an answer, you draw conclusion, that one should also reflect the objectives. Let me say that you have understood me, or we are doing well. Now I am giving you an example. An example. So if you like, go back and look at these things very well. Those who can take a screenshot, you take them. Okay. So the abstract should include the background objectives, eligibility criteria, source of evidence, charting methods, results, and conclusion. Now I have given you an example of scoping review, and abstract. For you to read and see if you can identify them. If you can identify them, those things. Yeah, they'll go in groups, but I don't know if they have already taken it. So if you have already taken a screenshot of it, we'll go into our groups to discuss them. I have to. I said currently the idea is to train ourselves how to write. So we are backing it by examples. I'm recreating the groups. So let's move to 5 now. So how do we take him out? Okay. Are we ready? So Esther, Kipo, Patience are in one group. Dean, Mercy, Regina in another group. Emily, Ibrahim, Isaac in another group. And then Abubakar, that's Hawa. And then Emilia in another group. If you have it, let's go and come after 10 minutes. All right, welcome back. But this one, I saw a lot of groups unable, except where group 5, where Helen is. And then group 3, were they able? Okay. Group 1 there, people there couldn't even go. I don't know why you couldn't go. But the first one, people were able. Group 3 didn't go. All right. Okay, let me see if, let's see if group 2 and 5 have something to offer us. So especially group 5, because that one immediately we set off, the 2 were able to get there. All right, Dean.
So I think the objective states that the purpose of this scoping review was to provide a comprehensive overview of relevant research regarding the emergence of flipped classrooms and the links to pedagogy and educational outcomes, identifying any gaps in the data. And then the methodology they adopted was the framework of Axey and O'Malley. And they also indicated their results by saying that there is much indirect evidence emerging of improved academic performance and so on.
I wish you have given me in terms of the charting methods.
Okay.
The evidence, and you didn't give me the background. Then the eligibility
well, the background
criteria.
is, I think that's what is in the first sentence. Okay. There's increasing pressure for higher education institutions to undergo transfer.
Okay.
We didn't find those ones.
The charting methods and then the evidence. Okay. Okay. Are you back or we should continue?
It wasn't really clear.
Yes.
They didn't really mention that one.
Okay. So maybe they will not start it with like the way the purpose read. Of late, we are even saying that those who go direct, they should enhance their skills. Okay, but that's okay. You have done well. I don't know if another person will contribute, but looking at it, the background was a bit obvious, and normally it takes the first statement into it in most instances, and immediately after it, it will take the purpose in most instances, or if not, they fuse the purpose with the background. Okay, the common one is that you have the background stated and then the purpose stated. Those who have advanced in their writing and a bit sophisticated will fuse the purpose with the background. Okay, now where I pick my charting methods and then the evidence is this statement. The scoping review is underpinned by the 5-stage framework. I pick the 5-stage framework as the charting methods. And then the evidence will be Assay and O'Malley, as where it's coming from. The way it is fused, we can put it in that form. The results and the conclusion were clear. So the results indicated that there is much indirect evidence. Okay. He went further and then concluded that notwithstanding, there was not much evidence, but a positive of conclusive evidence that it contributes to building lifelong learning and other 21st century skills. That they couldn't find much evidence to support the fact that if you use flipped classrooms, you can attain lifelong learning and attain 21st century skills. So this is what I also see there. All right, what has not been said is eligibility criteria. All right, forgive me. And that still comes back to who are those who are supposed to be involved. When we first check the title, I commented that it looks silent, but the use of the word use give us a clue to say it. So here we take the staff and student, and I think it's somewhere. The results indicate that there's much indirect evidence emerging of improved academic performance and student and staff satisfaction. So it's not everybody, but the student and staff satisfaction. Okay. All right, assuming this did not go well with you, let's take our last one. I give room for question and then we end. I have another one here. I'll reform my groups. Now we are even 13. Please, I entreat you, please go for me. I'm begging. Please go for me. If not, it makes it difficult. So let's have only 3 groups. So now we have Emily, Isaac, Regina in one group. Emilia, Ibrahim, and Patience in another group. Hawa, Helen, and Mercy in another group. I want to check something. So we won't check this. Let's go and see. Welcome back. Currently, a lot of us, we started with about 20 or so. We are almost less than half, but we are moving on. So, Isaac in group 1, Isaac and Seth in group 1. Your contribution. Okay, then let's move to room 2, group 2. Emilia, Ibrahim, and then Patience. Any contribution? Okay. Yeah, they are here, but they are not contributing. Let's more. Mercy more. More in Helen group.
Identify the purpose to be investigating the prevalence.
Your voice seems to be a bit far. Yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
The source was homelessness. Please let me take it again. Data on prevalence source from homeless count reports. Homeless count reports.
Okay.
Then the eligibility criteria have to do with the the academic and gray literatures. So the source, the eligibility, it has to fall within this academic and gray literatures. Right, yes. And then the results was the indigenous peoples are consistently overrepresented within the urban homeless population.
Okay.
Concerning the market methods, we saw the thematic and contextual account of urban indigenous homelessness. Right. Yeah, Doc, that is what we were able to identify.
All right, because your line was dripping, can you start again for us?
All right, Doc. Starting with the purpose, investigate the prevalence and causes of urban homelessness. Please, it's off now. It's not on the.
Sorry for that.
Investigate the prevalence and causes of urban homelessness as the purpose of the review. Then the eligibility.
What about the background?
The background.
You could see when I was discussing the previous one, I said that there are instances the background and the purpose are fused.
Okay.
So this one, the background is about prevalence and causes of urban homeless among indigenous something in Canada, Australia, and then New Zealand.
Okay.
So yeah, the purpose is about the investigation, and then the background is also there.
Okay.
All right.
No,
and then your next one, eligibility.
the eligibility was confusing with the source, but I chose the academic and then gray literatures, so that
is the eligibility not about the indigenous people?
the indigenous people in Canada. Okay.
So analysis
that's
review
right.
indigenous people are consistently overrepresented within urban homeless population.
No, I thought that was the result.
Yeah, but at least when you read you see where the focus was. And then when you go back also to the purpose and the background, you see them also there.
There, exactly. That's
Okay.
right, Doc. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's okay. Group one say they are here, they want to contribute. So let me listen to them.
Okay.
Yes, Doc. So
Yeah.
please, per what is here, the example given, we were
Yes.
struggling to get the background, but realized that it was fused, like you said.
Yeah.
And so with the purpose is to investigate the prevalence and then the cause of urban homelessness among indigenous peoples. Yes.
Okay.
So full stop, indigenous people, full stop. And then
Okay.
the eligibility criteria is homeless people in Canada, Australia, and then New Zealand.
Okay.
Yes. And then
Now the homeless people, you can be, the homeless people, you can be a foreigner, and that's where, so the homeless people, they also qualify it with indigenous.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Let's go on, Isaac.
Yes, please. And then the results. Analysis reveals indigenous peoples are consistently overrepresented within urban homeless populations, often by a factor of 5 or more.
Okay.
All right. And then our source of evidence is homeless count reports.
Okay. I think the reports, there were two there. One of them is homeless count report, and there was another one there. Literature addressing causative and then causation and something were also said. How we have seen that one in addition. That's after factor 5. Literature addressing causation is limited. So it was also one of the things that they sought to look at.
Okay.
All right. You were adding something.
Yes, please. The charting the data. And so 8 key, I wrote it down. 8 key themes were evident, which encompass different cultural understandings of housing. So that is the charting. They gave out some themes.
No, that wouldn't give you the results instead. But check this statement.
No, not the result.
No, these were reviewed to build thematic and conceptual accounts. So how they studied them, or the method they used was using thematic and conceptual accounts. So that's become your charting method.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's better. I hope now we'll see that the thing is also demanding, and we need a careful look at them to be able to write some. So we are ending here, so that God willing, if there's time next week, we start the introduction, the actual work, before you can go through and then you are able to write your abstract very well. But if for nothing at all, next week, write your own title. This time it's not somebody's title, your own title that you wish to study. So that if we start the introduction, then we'll see the components in them. Another week, you can also write what goes into the introduction. So if there are no questions, this is where I want to end today. If there are no questions.
Please look.
Yes.
With the title you were referring to,
Yeah.
is it a title for a scoping review or a title for a whole research work?
No, a title for a scoping review.
All right. Okay, thank you.
A title for a scoping. That's what we are doing. This thing can easier be done. So as we move on from one point to another, at least you practice it.
Okay.
As we move on from one point to another, we practice it. And that's why today I carefully let us go and look for. And then I give further examples. I've given the abstracts, but I'll be interested in them when we are able to reach the finishing line. So per next week, you'll come with a topic. That's what I'll first ask for. And then we'll start what goes into the introduction, that's writing the thing itself. What goes into it is like the normal research work, we call something introduction, your background, statement of the program, purpose, research question, and others. We want to look at it, how it is done in scoping review. Okay, so at least you come with your topic. We'll move on the next stages. You can also study it and add more to it. So that's where I want us to end today. God willing, we'll meet next week. I don't know why people fell off. That one they usually say is network, but our numbers are more than that. When we start each session, we start with large number, but with time we see people may not be coming. A Ghanaian thing with that, you tell us they are busy. But we should encourage ourselves to come. Dr. Siedu has traveled, but Seth is here. But before Seth comes here and then we'll end, I want to say that I am happy with the way on Monday or Tuesday, Monday, how the platform wished me well and wished me happy birthday. I was happy. I was I was happy because I hardly will hear people wishing you well that on platform. So I was happy. Thanks a lot, and I appreciate that. Okay. Yes, Seth, if you have something to add.
All right. Good evening, Dr.
Good evening.
ADU-GYAMFI. I'm honestly very grateful for this time you have had with us. Unfortunately, I could not join the class throughout because we have currently we have a program running in our school.
Okay.
And I'm doing some coordination there, and I pray and hope come week I'm going to be completely involved. However, I must say that we want to, on behalf of the participants, also appreciate your time with us. I understand you couldn't go home from work and had to stay and spend some most of the time about 2 hours or more just to ensure that we get the best from this. In fact, we are very, very grateful to you, and we thank you very much for this session. currently, there is no any information for us.
Okay. Sunset, it seems your network is down. Oh, Isaac, I remember my date of birth, but I didn't, but the day.
Can only say and wish. So thank you very much.
Thank you too, sir. All right, thank you. Isaac, I said, I remember my date of birth is 29th April. That one I always remember. But the day is what I was looking for help to remember the day, the day you celebrated me. So, all right, bye for now. Good night. God willing, we'll meet next week.